Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Western Newfoundland Adventures. My name is Robert, and I'm back at the cabin again. So after a few days, just wanted to check on and see how everything's going. Let's head out the back. I just finished unpacking, so replacing my. It's finally warming up. Today is damn it. Let me look. June 25th. So it finally, I think the tomato plants will finally survive. Anyways, let's go out and take a look and see if everything survived. Nothing survived. I can see some green in the one to the left. Oh yeah, oops, let me try not to kill everything here. Yeah, there's some stuff growing. I can't remember what I planted, but I know it was carrots and something else. But yeah, it's growing. Awesome. And then this one. Oh yeah. That's looking good. The bok choy is looking really healthy. Whatever this is, it's looking pretty good. And then this, I can't remember. It's cilantro, I think. And yeah, a bunch of other stuff. Really doing pretty well. This one's pretty tall. But yeah, looking good. There's one row here. Nothing ever popped up. And another row here too. Don't know what those are. Can't remember. And then we got a couple little green things starting to grow here. And this is, what is this? Oregano. So, but anyways, I think all right, let's check out back here real quick, because I got something completely planned for this video. Anyways, so we'll do a quick check. Wow, everything's that's going really good. So are these. I'm gonna have to put some wire up soon, something to climb on. Yeah, everything, not everything. The things that died are still dead. Surprise, surprise. That's going okay. That one's surviving. It died off a little bit, the frost. And then the strawberries are flowering pretty good. And the lettuce is still going strong. Scallions. Potatoes are doing really well. Way to go, potatoes. Onions doing pretty good, and the potatoes at the end are doing really good. So yeah, that's it. All right, doing good. Awesome. And tomorrow I'll put up the tomato. All right, lots of water still, because it rained like crazy. Today's a nice day, but yeah, it rained like crazy. Rivers up really high for the end of June. It's crazy. But anyways, let you go, and I'll see you tomorrow when I'm doing something completely different. All right, later. Hey everybody, back day 2 at the cabin. So I told you yesterday that I was going to do something new, kind of new. I tried it once before, but I screwed it up. But yeah, we're going to do something different here, and I'm looking forward to it, since I think I'm well prepared. I just finished refreshing myself with some YouTube videos. Anyways, here we go. We're gonna do, I've got some are these pork side ribs? I thought they were baby backs, but I guess not. Canadian raised, grass fed or field fed, and so we're gonna smoke these. So last time, I don't know, I think I did a small video of it. I over smoked them because I had chips, and the chips were burning off too quick to maintain any heat. And so this time I've got some bricks to help maintain that heat that I need to get at. So I want to get at 300-ish, I guess. Trying to get the internal meat at around 90 Celsius. So so what I wanted to mention too is the videos that I I kind of live by for barbecue is the Dogfather barbecue and Chud's Barbecue, both from the United States. And I just finished watching a couple of other videos, and what they would do is probably square it up. I'm not going to bother to square it up. We'll do that. But anyways, what I am going to do though is I'm going to salt this first. I'll salt it, get it sweating a little bit, get some of the moisture to the surface, and it's kind of, and I'll clean it up. First things first, I got yeah, might be able to take this off. I usually use I'll try and use a butter knife to get this up. But anyways, I'll clean this all up, salt it, and then I'll get the fire going. Anyways, I don't want to touch my camera now. Great. Be back in a bit. If I can turn it off. Alright guys, clean it up just a little bit. Now I'm going to put a little bit of salt on it. You know, according to the experts, the salt makes it sweat a little, brings out some of the moisture which you want to happen. This side is pretty fatty. I tried to get it as clean as possible, but holy crap. And then there's sinew there too. Anyways, salt it up and then let it sit a bit. The sweat's gonna, when this sweats, the sweat will act as a binder. So we got some spices there, talk about it in a bit, but for right now we're going to get the fire going, get the coals going. Yep. Hey guys, I don't have a whole lot of room, so I wish I had like Chud's Barbecue. I wish I had a blowtorch like he has. It'd be really handy. But anyways, I'm gonna light this up. It's a little bit of birch and some pine there, and then I'm gonna put my coals on top. And hopefully, you know, in a half hour, everything is going great. Burn up the smoke from the birch and stuff. So hopefully that'll get it going. And we'll check in on it in a few minutes, and then deal with the ribs too. All right. All right, guys. It's been about 15 minutes, so just gonna follow rules of Chud's Barbecue and the Dogfather, and coat it with pepper. I like my pepper, but yeah, we'll do a little bit of pepper first, and then try and get it stuck on there good. Alright, do the other side. Let's try and keep my hands a little dry. The other side here. So the rule that I've understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, is with beef you use savory, and with pork you use sweet. So it looks like I'm crooked here, but so I've got cherry rub, which is sweet, and let's see, yeah, paprika, brown sugar, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a little sweet, so this is what I got for my pork ribs. So, sweet for pork, savory for beef. Feel free to tell me if I'm wrong on that. But, anyways, mosquitoes. I'm gonna coat this pretty good. Don't forget the sides. Let's flip it this way. clean these bottles afterwards. And don't forget the sides. Alright. There you go. I did forget the ends, but that's a quick fix. Okay, pat it down, get it in there. All right, that's done. Let's wash my hands and then go check on the fire. Let's turn this off with my knuckles. Maybe not. Try it again. Here we go again. So here's the choices I've got. I know Chuds likes his pecan, but I think he uses little logs, and then cherry, and then hickory. So these are, I don't know, I want to call them pucks or biscuits, whatever, pucks. I'll call them a puck since I'm Canadian. But I'm not positive if these are going to hold heat, because they seem pretty small. I'm going to use cherry. Do I want to use cherry on cherry? No, I think I'll use pecan. I'll do the pecan. And anyways, but I wasn't positive if the little pucks here were going to hold the heat. What I really needed to do, because the chips didn't do it. So I wanted to make sure that I could get the heat up to whatever, 250, 300 Fahrenheit, and keep it at that. And maintain it. So what I ended up getting at Canadian Tire, I cannot figure out the name of these because they got several names. Pure as Heaven, Hotter Than Hell, and then Jealous Devil Blocks. But anyways, these are logs. If you can see that, it's a 12-inch log. And that's too big for my smoker or my coal section here. So I ended up breaking out the axe. Let's put this on concrete. Sure, just tip over. And then I'm going to put this on there to help hold the heat. I'm only going to use the one for now, and I'll let that sit there, build up, and I'll go get the ribs. And so yeah, the other thing I did was I cleaned this up because you know, it's got a bit of fat on the ribs, so I want to make sure I catch the fat and try and keep the barbecue somewhat clean. So anyways, for now, we're just gonna let this catch fire and let's get the heat up. So right now we're at nada, and we'll come back in a few minutes and see if the heat's up, and then we'll put the ribs on. All right, be back in a bit, guys. So here's the barbecue setup. So I've got the vent wide open here. I'm not sure if I should have it wide open, but and then everything's in there, going good. But anyways, and then I got the smoker here. So the temperature's getting up pretty quick, almost to 150 Celsius. But right now it's kicking out a lot of smoke. I was hoping to clear out just a little bit, so I might bring the pork inside. I've only been here for a minute, but yeah, I think I'll go back inside and let the smoke clear out just a little tiny bit maybe. Tell me if I'm wrong, please. Tell me any mistakes that I'm doing. So anyways, be back in about 5 minutes, I guess. Alright guys, it's only been a couple of minutes. I didn't need to wait to 5. If you can notice, the smoke's cleaned up quite a bit. We're at 300 Celsius. We're gonna have to shut this down just a little bit and see if we can get it to cool down. But in this too a little bit, I guess I should probably look at the science behind this. But anyways, I'm gonna put the ribs on. I wish it would go sideways, but I don't think it will. Oh, so I'm gonna have to rotate it at some point. So what the boys do, Dogfather and Chud's Barbecue, they squeeze it together trying to make it a good thickness. So anyways, that's it for now. We'll leave it and come back in an hour or so and check in on it. But in the meantime, between now and then, I'm going to keep an eye on the temp, see if the temp, that was actually at 400 Fahrenheit. Whew. So it's come down to about 325 Fahrenheit, which is not too bad. But anyways, I'm going to leave it as is. And I'll check on it in about 10 minutes to see where the temp is. But hopefully we can keep it around there at 325. Would be really nice. And now on to what I wanted to do is get together a barbecue sauce. So next steps while we're waiting for this, because it's going to be a long wait. Anyways, use my knuckle again. All right, guys, we're at exactly an hour. I'm going to go ahead and check the temp and check on the ribs. So one of the things I want to talk about, I forgot to spray the grill with some Wagyu beef tallow for the with the non-stick. But anyways, so you know, with the sweetness again, this is apple cider vinegar. Let's try that again. This is apple cider vinegar, and so yeah, this is one of the things that I've seen on the YouTubes. And yeah, if it's drying out a bit, give this a little spray and moisten it up again, and you know, helps with the sweetness. Anyways, let's go check on the rib. Let's see if it needs some spray. Let's grab it here. It's warm in here. Whew. All right, I'm not seeing any smoke. I think it might be time to add some more coals. We're looking at 250, which isn't so bad for the temp. 250 Fahrenheit, so that's not so bad. I'm gonna add some more coals after this. Yeah, I've got that open a bit, so let's check. See what's going on in here. So yeah, it's died down a little bit. I think I'll add another brick in there too as well. Anyways, all right. So let's put the other half of this in and see if we can kick it up a notch, because it's still got a ways to go. Still got a long way to go. So yeah, we got another brick in there. I'm gonna grab another can. Another couple of these. Oops. Anyways, throw a couple more of these in there. That picks it up a notch. There we go. Got that open. 250. The temp should come up a little bit. Anyways, let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's pretty dried out there. So let's get the... I'm hoping this is on already. I got the wrong kind of bottle because my arthritis. Oh, oh. Bit of apple cider vinegar. Point the camera the right direction. Unfortunately, I got the wrong bottle because this doesn't spray, it squirts. So, anyways, it'll do the job. All right, good enough. There we go. All right, looking good. So, see you in another hour. Alright guys, it's another hour and a half has passed by, so let's take another look. Temp did drop close to 200. I got it back up to 275 Fahrenheit, so I think it's a pretty good temp. It's looking pretty good. So it's been on there for almost 2.5 hours exactly. So just a little tiny bit. I don't want too much. I don't want too tangy. I'm afraid this is going to make it tangy. So, right. Sorry. It's been a. So one of the thing that I realize about smoking, and I've been doing a little bit of research as I'm going along, as well. Google, and the one mistake that I have made is that I started this too late. Damn mosquitoes. And yeah, I started at 2 o'clock. It's 5:30 now. So I'm gonna take the ribs off and wrap them, put it back on for another hour and a half, probably hour and a half, and get them tenderized. But yeah, starting to add it all up, and it's gonna be a late supper. So, anyways, I thought I'd show you. So I'm at 290, so it's a good temp. It's been sitting there for a while, so yeah, no smoke whatsoever. So it's just a clean coal. So it's a good temp right now. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm trying to do everything indoors, or at least in the greenhouse section there, and to avoid the mosquitoes and black flies. Anyways, so like I said, I'm about to wrap that in tinfoil. So one of the things I like to say, I've been saying it for years and years and years, I always like to say that I like to give a percentage to my certainty. And I'm never 100%, ever. However, I swear I had honey here in the cabin, but I guess not, because I've looked everywhere 3 times. So what I got here going on, this is, I like this. It's a Blues Hog, the original barbecue sauce. However, since I'm doing ribs, I'd like to make it a little sweet. So I'm gonna put some barbecue sauce in here, and then since I can't find the honey, I'm gonna. Oh, that is a little sweet. Anyways, since I can't find the honey, I'm gonna do some brown sugar. I got molasses here, but I didn't want to open up molasses for a teaspoon or a couple of teaspoons of molasses, because I never use it. But anyways, I'm gonna mix that up. Maybe I'll do a little more, and then not bad. And then I've got some jalapeno. I want to spice it up a little bit. I like it a little spicy, a little bite to it. So this is Cholula hot sauce, and it's jalapeno flavor. So a little bit of that, spice it up, and then that's good. And then we'll just mix that up. Adjust. Oh, you can smell the hot sauce. Whew. It smells pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. Anyways, be right back. All right, fresh new battery. Let's see if we can get this straightened up a little bit. Yep, there we go. Fresh new battery in there. And the big plan is to, still at 290. So I'm gonna transfer this over to here. Yep, I'll do the top. I'll do the top first. Anyway, spoon. Sides. this over. Go inside up. Yeah, it's kind of warm. Get that moistened up. Great, there we go. So I'm going to take these off, I think, because I don't want to get the outside of the tin foil all covered in sauce. So try not to break anything. I should have had that lid closed, but here we go, back on. Come on. There we go. Back on for another little while, for probably another hour, hour and a half, probably an hour and a half. And then once they're done, take them out and let it cool down for about half hour, and then we'll dig in. So I'm gonna get the temp back up. I'll watch it now, see what it's gonna go at, and if it doesn't get to where I want it, I'm gonna around 275, 300, and I'll throw some more coals in there, and be back in an hour and a half. All right. Right, guys, it's been 5 hours total. So I'm going to take these inside. Lots of mosquitoes. I think this might be the best way. Yeah. So I'm going to take these inside and unfold it. And from what I think it was the dog father was saying, let it caramelize on the surface. So we'll give it a half hour or so and see how it looks after that. So anyways, see you in a bit. So anyways, I think this is what you do. I think you just sit on the table or whatever. I don't think you leave it on the barbecue, I don't think. But anyways, let's soak up some of this so it doesn't get on the table or on the cloth. So it's definitely, so one of the things I'm not seeing is watching Chud's barbecue before I even started this. He was the last video that I watched, and he was making a comment about how the meat, it shrinks and starts showing some bone. So I can't remember what it looked like, but it didn't shrink too much. There's some bone here, but yeah, I don't remember what it looked like. I have to review the video. Anyways, we're gonna just let that sit for a while, for about a half hour, and I'd like to flip it over, but I'm gonna leave it as is, and we'll check back. All right, in a bit. All right, guys, back for the final stage. Just had a little taste of the barbecue sauce. Absolutely love it. So I forgot to mention why I'm doing this in the first place. So yes, I wanted to get into smoking. Macro's coming up too, so I want to try smoking that. But anyways, So my neighbor, cabin neighbor Sean, was telling me like 2 or 3 weeks ago that at the end of, so the holiday in September, the long weekend holiday in September, I guess the cabin owners that they get together and have a bunch of food and drinks and stuff. So I wanted to try and perfect ribs, I guess. If it doesn't turn out the first couple of tries, I'll switch it up to maybe wings. I mean, they're shorter too, which is nice because this took all of 6.5 hours total. So anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna move this right over here like this. I'm gonna put this here and hope it doesn't leak. Leave the juice for now. All right, let's cut into her. So bone, it's not a bone, so I'll cut here then. It's not as tender as, I think that's a lot of sinew right there. But anyways, I'm gonna do what, sorry I can't remember your name, Chud's Barbecue, what he did. He flipped it all over, because that was bone side up. I'm gonna flip that all over for the presentation of it. And yeah, that's looking pretty hot. Not hot. Good, I mean. So yeah, there you go, looking good. So let's just take a random piece from the middle. It's not really, it's some juice. I mean, you can see, oh, you can't probably but you can see some juice coming out of it. Anyways, I gotta clean my hands before I touch the camera again. All right, I'm gonna have to clean this camera off. Let's give her a taste test, eh? It definitely turned out better than the first one. You can see a light smoke ring going around the edge. It definitely doesn't smell too smoky. Oh yeah, tastes way better than the one that I screwed up, the first one that I tried, because the first one was way over smoked. And this is pretty good. Little tiny bit of heat to it, which is pretty awesome. I didn't want them make them too spicy. So yeah, I would call this a total success. I'm gonna have to look up my fingers. So I want to give a thanks to Chud's Barbecue and the Dogfather Barbecue for guiding me through the process. I mean, I'm really enjoying this right now. So this might be a keeper. I like to get it more tender, so I'm gonna have to do some more research. I might have to keep it in because the Dogfather was testing with a toothpick, and he'd leave it in for another extra half hour. So I could have did that because I only had it wrapped for an hour and a half. So I could have let it go for another 2 hours to try and get it more tender. So this is a little tiny bit tough, but it's not bad at all. But yeah, I'd like to get it more tender, would be really nice. So that's the next trial. Will be do the exact same thing, but leave it wrapped up a little bit more, and maybe get a better cut, because mine was pretty thin and had a lot of cartilage in it. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. Unless something exciting pops up, I'll sign up for now. So yeah, thanks for watching Western Newfoundland Adventures. Later. Back again real quick. Why? Because I forgot to do the oopsie. There you go. Oops. Yeah. There you go. Now I'm done. All right.